it very fastly. You are working in the BIM field since 10 years, and you are using the software Revit for your projects. You're an engineering group for different kind of project styles or branch. Let's call it branch.
Yes.
What we want to show you today, Jesus and me, is first of all this one. To make it very roughly, to explain you what we want to do today. So, Patricia, I understood that you are working with Revit.
Yes.
And for Revit, we have the communication software. Let's call it communication software, Canico BIM, right?
Yeah.
You see it here. We call it, this is the central model. The central model is very important that everybody in the BIM field can use one model for different kind of aspects, for electrical engineering, HVAC engineering, for architectural and structure and everything.
Yeah,
so I think that's clear.
We use this method. Yeah, we use a central model. Sorry. Yeah. Continue, please.
Okay. Okay. What we are doing in Canico is to use the central model where you are using your own graphical projection, your graphical engineering, let's call it graphical engineering, that you are making your families with lights, sockets, and distribution boards and everything. And we are using this automatically that we are creating in Canico BT a network calculation with everything you need from in respect of the standards, like cable calculation, like selectivity, and all the things what you have to do separately, we are doing automatically. I will show you in live. Okay. If you want, if you have any changes inside the network calculation, inside the cable calculation, you can update your calculation information into the central model. So you can give it to Canico BT and you can bring it back. So as well, what we are doing also. For example, in Revit, you are drawing cable trays. Is that right, Patricia?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, how do you make the measurement? How do you feel the size? How do you draw? How do you imagine the size? How big have to be the cable traces? Have to.
No, look, now we have engineers to calculate the cable tray sizes. Then my engineer gave me that sizes. I model it on Revit, but with sizes that I know from
okay, great. Great. What do you think about, Patricia, when we are doing like this? You are creating here a graphical drawing and make your traces in this size you think it's correct without any calculation. So you give your central model to calculate the cable sizes automatically, and after that, Canico implantation will size for you, for your engineers or whatever, the exactly cable traces what is needed without doing anything from the scratch again.
Yes.
Please remember, when you make your drawing in Revit, you will never stop. You come at the morning and you have different time of actualization of your project. So that means in every actualization, they would need this kind of project status for this kind of things as well, what they are doing manually at the present. And we combine all these stuff, what you are doing manually with different kind of software or Excel or whatever, inside one project concept, one process.
It's faster,
okay?
It's faster.
Yeah, that's it.
What I know.
Yeah, that's true. And you minimize the mistakes and you maximize your speed.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's very good that we have a one line to understand what will be the goal for today. As well, when you are working with the HVAC, they are using the same stuff what we are doing as well. For example, they make the cold calculation, the heating calculation, and calculate them and bring it back to the central model of Revit. And as well for the facility management, they make all their calculation, what is necessary, and bring it back to the model. And as you can see here, the Revit model, it's a data sampler. So it means every information are inside one model at the end of the day. Okay?
Yeah.
So, but we concentrate us into the electrical engineering. Okay, enough blah blah. We have enough PowerPoint. Now let's go to Kaneko. Okay. What do you think about this building, Patricia? It's a building for an office with 3 or 4 levels, whatever. It's a sample project. And as you can see here, we have different kind of families inside, like lights, like sockets, like this and that. Okay. It's I think I don't need to explain you the Revit functionalities. I think you would do it better than me. I'm pretty sure.
So.
Okay, let's make a really short thing in Revit that you understand the philosophy, how we're working and how we are using the families, even when you are using the families from manufacturers, from Schneider, BIMobject, or whatever. Okay. So our philosophy for ALPI is, don't be the 1001 company who is creating content again, because everybody worldwide, manufacturers or anybody, are creating content. So our imagination, our philosophy is to understand your content and understand the manufacturer content. Okay. Okay. First of all, we start in Revit. Revit is a good platform, of course, that you can use with big projects, and you have the possibilities to work with different kind of project with electricity, HVAC, and so on. Okay. What does it mean? It means, for example, when you have, for example, generic, let's say, generic stuff like generic sockets, distribution, whatever, or you are using, for example, manufacturer, whatever. That means you're choosing your family, and even it is a family from another standard, from another format, older format. Revit actualize it in a new format, but not back. Okay. So we are using, for example, a socket. And with the tab, you can choose it from we call it from the bottom to bring it on the wall. And you can do it with all the sockets and distributions and whatever. But what is interesting for us? The interesting thing for the families, for the objects inside, it's the most important, is the value of the socket. What this means, it is a 230 voltage, is the first point, what is necessary for us. And the second point is, for example, I go to the family, maybe show it in this case. Or is it used for, so is it used for any Omni class? You know Omni class?
Yeah.
Perfect. Omni class is just a classification. What it can be after that, it is a socket, is a light, or it is this, or it is that. It's a classification standard. And Kaneko reads this classification, and Kaneko say, if there is no classification, that's a generic consumer. That's a generic consumer. But everything what is precise, we know, we understood. That's a light, that's a socket, that's a distribution. Okay.
Yes.
What is needed behind this? You can see there is a power connector to this socket, and in this power connector, you can see here we have the voltage. Just sorry, I'm speaking German, but it's the same in English or Spain.
Okay, it's no problem.
You're speaking German, I think, huh?
No.
No. Okay. 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 So we have the voltage and we have the value of this socket, of this object. So that's the most important thing. It's not a big deal. I think in mostly all of the objects.
Sorry.
Excuse me?
And power factor is important, I think, for families. I don't know if it's true, but I think the BT use power factor to calculate with apparent load.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
Okay.
Voltage and value consume. These two parts are the most important. Exactly. And that's what is needed for Caneco BT in this case, right? Okay, let's go back. We have the socket here. I think we understood what is necessary on families, but I think almost every object have this kind of information inside, electrical. So what we are doing these sockets and connect it to a distribution board in our project. Let's call it to any distribution, as you can see. That's not a big deal. That's all the Revit information, what you know already. Okay. So we have our project with all the information. So what's going on? What you are doing in your company? You give this information, for example, with any kind of BOD, the bill of material, to any engineer that he makes any calculation from the scratch. Is that right?
Yeah, but we'll make circuits in Revit. We only put the
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, that means you use the system browser to give them this information from the system browser that he can calculate all the circuits from the scratch again. So I have to create the project again.
Yes, now we don't use it. No, now, yes, I must use it for Caneco, but...
Okay, fine, I got you, okay. Good. So we go on like this from the project browser and place it there. Okay, fine. What we are doing with Caneco BIM inside Revit. You can see we have an application which is creating this kind of ribbons. Okay, first of all, like I told you in the very beginning, when you have, for example, any information, any content, any families from the manufacturer, for example, for cable trays, okay? You can go here inside of Caneco BIM. There is a definition parameter. You know mapping tables?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And that is a mapping software, a mapping table, which helps you to save or to replace the information, what is inside the project and what have to be. For example, that is Kanalhöhe. Kanalhöhe means the height of the cable trays. And you got the content from the manufacturer, which is not exactly the same as Caneco wanted to have. For example, that is, give me the name in Spanish for Höhe.
Altura.
Altura.
Tula. Okay, I think I'm completely wrong. Okay, I see. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I think you understood. Okay, I think you understand. It's just an example. Okay, whatever. Okay, so that means you can create from this when it's bad content, when it's really bad content, you can create it to really good content. And this not have to be done every time. You can export your mapping table as you did before, and you can import it in this kind of way back. So you don't have to do it every time again.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, as well, you can use it for any consumers. You can use it for any distribution boards and so on, what is needed for Caneco in this case. Okay, yes. And I think that's a very powerful thing what you can use every time. Okay, fine. But what is as well behind on Caneco BIM? You can see here we have the tab Caneco BIM, and we have here the Caneco BIM analyzers. When you are working since 10 years in the BIM field, you know what is very important when you are working with HVAC. Okay, that means when the HVAC man have a climatization, okay? In Spain is very hot. There is a climatization. It's needed for offices. Okay. That means when the architect change the rooms, the climatization engineer have to change his the value of this climatization. That means the climatization central have to get a power from the electrical distribution board. That means that have to be changed as well. Okay. I hope I can understand. I can explain it really good. That means Caneco BIM will explain you and show you, is there any connection which is changed already? Or is there any family which is not connect to your distribution board, that you cannot forget anything?
Yes.
You understood?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay. We are making an export to Caneco BT. And we can choose here, I want to have the labels and the names from Revit, or I want to change it. I want this and that priority. It's not necessary. You can keep the standard values which Caneco BIM gives you and just say okay. So that's a live demo. It's not a video or something else, so we can wait 1 minute. It's not a problem. And you will see the results. Now is checking every circuit, every object inside this big project, and make it comfortable for Caneco BT. During he is making the export and make the analysis, we can go to Caneco BT. And I don't know if you are used Caneco BT before?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I don't have to take you to explain you the philosophy.
Yeah, they
Okay.
use it from, I think it was at the end of the last year, no? ¿Cuándo compraste?
December.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
from December. At the end of December, they bought the BIMelec.
Okay, fine, very good. So I make a start of the project and sell the project. You have a transformator and your project will start from a transformator. I think that's everything what you know already. Okay, we start a project with a transfer, with the supply anywhere. So that's it. That's it what the engineer have to do. Maximum, that's it, okay?
Yes.
So we are looking what Caneco BIM is doing in behind. He is just analyzing and calculating, okay, but I think he is done.
He's still working. Oh, yeah, he's done. Yeah, it's done.
Okay, my computer is not the fastest one, but okay. Okay, great. And here you can see a transparent list of all your consumers, of all your secrets inside.
Yes.
It's like the system browser of Revit. You can see here the weak voltage, high voltage, and low voltage consumers. The benefit to work on this list is, for example, you can see here we have a distribution board with the circuit, socket, circuit, lights, or whatever, okay? That means when you go to the circuits, I don't know if you are working with KNX. KNX?
No, I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
No?
What?
Or with any other system? Okay, it's my question.
Yeah, no, KNX is one second, Iker. KNX is domótica. La parte de domótica. Yes, they do KNX.
Okay, fine. So, when the engineer or somebody who are making the single line diagrams, not to do the job again, you can give them here from the very first beginning, for example, some kind of design from the Revit project. So you can say here, that's not only a simple socket, this has to be, for example, this kind of things and this kind of system.
Sorry, could you repeat?
And you give it.
Yeah, hold on. Sorry, Ilke. Yeah, it's okay.
Continue,
please. Okay, fine. Okay, that means you can give a circuit style inside your Revit project that the engineer have not to do the same job again.
Yes.
So you are more faster again. Okay. So as well, So you can change all the circuits, all the distribution, and you can analyze the cable lengths inside these circuits. And Caneco BIM will give you this is the minimum cable length inside this, and this is my circuit style. So we are saving this project. We are saving this thing from the Canico BT, BOD, on my desktop. Of course, you on the server, and save it. Export. Okay, it's successful. Okay, fine. I go to Canico BT, and now I'm your engineer. And the engineer is saying, hey, Patricia, give me please the information of all your Revit projects.
Yes.
And he don't have to start again from the scratch. So what he will do is to go there and say, I want to insert everything from the Canico BIM. He is searching the project which you saved before on my desktop, BOD, Canico BIM at 3:30 around, and have all the information. Okay. And if you say, okay, all the things, all the circuits, all the single line diagrams and everything with the information of circuit names, cable lengths are inside. I will show you. Bam. Okay. Do you use it like this before?
Yes, something similar, because I export one project that we made 5 years ago, and give me something like this or bigger, huh? But it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Continue, please.
Okay, so you saw it before. Okay, it's nothing new for you. Fine. Okay, I imported the values from the distribution of Revit again. I will show you something else. Well, when you go to the first distribution, for example, in this place, I make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, let's go to the first distribution board, and you will see here the distribution board from Revit value consume is around 26 kV. That is the name of the circuit, and that is the length from the main distribution board to this distribution board. Okay. As well, you can see, for example, all the lights and the sockets here with the name, place, where in which room, in which consume, and which length. As well, you have already a single line diagram. I think that's everything what you already knew. Okay. It's creating automatically as well. So let's go like this to calculate, for example, this part. I mark this and press this automatically button, and Canico BT doing all the calculation in respect of the Spanish standard, for example, or the international. As you know, we have different kind of international standards inside. So the only thing what the engineer have to do is to mark, calculate, mark, calculate. That's it.
Las longitudes las exporta, just 1 second, Iker. Las longitudes las enseñamos, pero exporta las de Revit.
¿Por qué reconoce ahí?
Claro, eso lo hacemos siempre, eso sí que lo debe saber. Claro. En Revit modelas, conectas como ha conectado él la toma de corriente al cuadro que va. Lo que hemos hecho luego ha sido que cuando tú tienes el Canico BIM, el explorador, puedes decirle que tú le puedes decir que los circuitos motores llevan un variador para cuando se abran el esquema inicial aparezca ese símbolo. ¿Qué pasa? Que las longitudes son las que vienen del Revit, por eso hay que pasar todavía por el plan. Okay.
Si fuese el Revit 2018 a lo mejor te lo diré.
Fuera la otra, claro. Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Gracias. Okay, for your explanation. I don't understand anything.
Oh, Spanish.
Okay, so as well, when Patricia is drawing something, and the next thing what we want to adapt in the Spanish version as well, that you know, to create automatically a dimensionment of the cabinet of the distribution board. You saw it before?
But we don't. I think we don't have it in Spain.
I know, yeah, but it's the next evolution.
What is coming into Spain,
in the future.
It's not ready yet.
Okay.
Yeah, show them, yeah.
Okay. For example, you create something, you calculate very fastly something with all the dimensionment and everything, with all selectivity, with all the devices, what is needed for each manufacturer, Siemens, Schneider, ABB, and so on. And after that, you can click your cursor here inside and say, just give me a short, roughly presentation of the distribution board. It takes a little bit time, and I think you will see the results inside of a couple of seconds. He's analyzing the circuits.
Y esto es lo que hay allí en Francia y en París, o sea, hay en los demás países, que es lo que ahora estoy haciendo yo con los fabricantes para que podáis sacar esto también. Y esto ya es...
I'm choosing here a Siemens distribution.
Y te saca el cuadro.
And show you the front. For example, this is your main distribution with the front, which is creating automatically as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So Patricia, when the engineers, when the engineers never saw a distribution board in reality, you can show them, or he can see, what is everything is needed for a distribution board. You know, when you are making your dream car, you have a dream car and you want to configure your dream car. I don't know the dream car for you, Seat, I think. You want to create a Seat Cabrio, Okay, Seat Leon, for example. And you can choose here, this Seat Leon have to be a Cabrio, and I want to have an automatic, or I want to have in black leather. And that's the same way you can use it for this distribution. And everything inside is for the bill of material. And you can see it with just the purely, the purely distribution board, or you can choose your own things again to insert it from the basket case. I will show you this later when we go in details. So what you have, we have the fully dimensionment and fully selectivity with all the manufacturers calculation. We have the single line diagram. Okay.
Yeah.
We have the distribution board, and as well we have the standard respecting to the standards, all the documentation. So this I can give you in Spain, of course. For example, this one, I think you know it. Data circuito, and everything is okay or not okay, it's conform or not. Excuse me?
No, okay, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need some single line diagrams? Press OK and you will have it in different kind of formats if you want. Or do you need a bill of material? That means, do you need a cable list, for example? A summary of the cables inside your project? Or do you need to check on the project, on the building, for example, the things for different kind of cables with details? Where it starts, where it ends, where is the maximum of meters?
Yeah.
And so on and so on. Just a question, Patricia. Is it necessary in Spain for you to show them the selectivity curves? Are you selective or not? For the security of your project?
Nosotros normalmente, por ejemplo, de selectividad lo sacamos del proyecto o...
Nosotros, a ver, la verdad es que en general no hacemos curva de selectividad para todo el proyecto. Cuando las hacemos, las sacamos del catálogo. Ahora las tenemos que empezar a hacer todo.
Now we don't do it, but
sacamos la seguridad del cuadro del fabricante.
But if we did it,
La clasificación de todo
you can use some book.
Yeah.
That we can choose the selectivity and use it. But you know, in the future, we think we can use this
document.
Yeah. It's really powerful. Yeah.
El software es imposible hacerla, es muy laborioso.
Without software,
they didn't do it.
Yo cojo cuadros y me dicen, en tal rango es selectivo.
Hay una cosa que Máximo tiene un ejemplo muy bueno, que es que hacemos selectividad a 4 números.
You know, without software, we can make.
But now they will do it because they have Caneco.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly. So, muy bien. We are saving our project from our engineer, okay? If there are any changes inside this engineering calculation project, you can update it into your Revit or BIM project, okay? I want to save it first of all in our folder and call it BOD Calc, okay?
Okay.
Save. I don't calculate all the circuits, but I think it's not necessary. I think you understand very well the philosophy.
Yes.
So let's go back to Revit. And as I told you, you can import your Kaneko BT project back, that all the system browser are actualized in respect to the calculation. And every information inside this project got the properties already. Okay? And these properties are inside if you want. The manufacturer, the value, this connector, all the things what is calculated. Okay, well then. Patricia, you can see here the cable trays, right?
Yes.
The purple one, okay. And this is your cable trays, it's not mine, and you don't calculate it, you just draw it, okay? Now we want to calculate this if you are doing right or doing some mistakes, or did some mistakes. So we are using this and say we want to export it to Kaneko implantation. You can choose here, what do you want? Everything from your Revit project, and save this Revit project, for example, again here, and say, okay, I want to export everything in Kaneko implantation. And I'm pretty sure you don't know what I'm doing at the present, right? Why I'm doing this?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. We need a true characterize sizes. Yeah, it's for.
Yeah, exactly. 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 Okay. You don't sleep. Okay, it's fine. Okay. So we go to Kaneko implantation, and Kaneko implantation is a graphical engineering tool, which Revit never can be. Why? I will show you. We are importing the Kaneko BIM project. Say that's on my desktop, BOD. I know it's the wrong way. I'm sorry. In documents, it's in project. Here, 15.3 at 15.38. Okay, that's the right one. So we are importing this, and inside of the importing, you will see the graphical information of the building. And only this kind of things, what is for the electrical engineering, is important. You will see it. Just take our time. You can see in the back. Okay, there is no Porsche or Mercedes in the garage. There is only rooms and electrical devices, what is really needed for us.
Yeah.
And in this time, as he imports, he makes automatically, Patricia, the cable routing. You see in the back?
Yes.
The cable routing. Okay. Right now, during the import, he asked me, Patricia, is anything calculated from Kaneko BT? Should I import it as well? I say yes, it's calculated. BOD calc, we call it like this, and save it. That means every 3 systems, Revit, Kaneko BT, and implantation, have every time the same status of the project, and now they communicate each other.
Wow.
I give you the results. Okay, so let's go. I'm not finished. So let's see. Okay, you can see here he is doing all the cable routings which Revit is not able to do. And the very cool thing is he recognizes there is a light, there is a cable trace, there must be a cable, and he put this cable through the distribution board as you did the link from Revit.
Yes.
Okay, now you have the exactly cable length and everything. So as I can see here, it's very nice to work it like this. You can change your cable routing if you want. There is some other benefits as well, but I'm pretty sure you will not working like this. I will show you how you work in the realistic way. You say here, I want to go, for example, to the lowest floor in the first floor, and you will just work in the first floor, okay?
Yes.
So that means We are going here and look, for example, on this cable tray. And the cool thing is when you are click just on the cable tray, you can see here, I want to have the question mark, how big is this cable tray and which cable are inside this cable tray in this way. And you can see here all the cables, all the cable trays are inside. And I can see that Patricia did a good job in Revit because she have the size as 300. What is needed with the reserve at 20% is just needed 265. It's enough. When I want to have, for example, 50%, you can see here which size is necessary, 331.
Yeah.
So your 300 is not enough.
I must change it.
And I can change it automatically for one cable tray or for all cable tray if I want. So that means I make it just for this part. Make your size as is imported or necessary and show me the kilograms of this kind of things on the cable tray. You see the cable tray in kilogram on each meter?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
5 kilo on this part, 4 kilo on this part, and so on and so on. Okay? So you can reduce, you can size, you can do everything. If you want, you can change the graphical part. I show you again to be very clear. I go to the question mark and say, show me what is inside. And I don't want to have the cables here step by step. I want to have it over and over like this, huh? It's very realistic. More realistic is, I think, like this, huh? It's when the cables are dropped out from the cable tray. It's more realistic. No, it's not.
Oh.
So that means I can say I want to have, for example, just on 100 cable tray, and I want to actualize my cable trays in this way if I want. Or I say, do you know why? Complete the whole project and give me what size is needed from the manufacturer, like Obo Betterman, like Obo this, like everything. Okay? And he will size everything in the right dimension and give you on every step the kilogram of the cables. That's the one thing. The other thing is you want to analyze, you want to check the project of the engineers. So you go here and say, just show me, please, all the materials inside in my project. And I want to have as well, for example, the cable length in meters. And now you can see, just a second, all the cable lengths. And I want to have the cable types, and I want to have the room names and every attribute. You can check here and make an Excel, or you can put it on your drawing just with one click. That's it. And you have all the information for your cable routing and everything inside, if you want.
Yes, it's like schedule, Revit schedule, yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
yes.
Sure.
Yeah, you can choose what you need, and it's something like Legend or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The good thing is when you are working with IT systems, for example, we call it with the cable Cat7. You know Cat7? No? Okay. But you know IT, yeah? Where you can connect your computer inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And for this is very necessary, Patricia, that you have a maximum cable length from the distribution IT panel to the connection box, maximum of 80 meters, 80. After that, you have to rethink about your all network calculation. You know? Okay. So you can check all your things in Caneco implantation in the Caneco Explorer, and you can see here all the information, what is inside, all the cable lengths, what is inside, and so on and so on. And you can change all your methods and parameters.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what synoptic is? Synoptic?
Oh yeah, synoptic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you create synoptic?
Sí, ¿hacéis sinópticos vosotros cuando entregáis las obras?
Sí.
Yeah, they do it. They're good. But not like we do.
Okay, they do it.
No, it's different thing.
How you do it? Okay, so you do it manually, I think, huh?
Bueno, nosotros
They
You do it manually.
Yeah, they do manually. You know, they have like a type, no?
Yeah, it's really simple.
Yeah, they have like a ¿cómo se dice plantilla en inglés?
Template.
Like a template of.
Okay, very well.
The
Okay,
real thing.
Okay, I understand. Okay, so that means you have a template which you fulfill manually. That means you have a mistake tolerance again, and you have to create the synoptic from the scratch again.
Yes.
So come on, Patricia, let's do it automatically. Let's use the modern way of technology to click here on schema or synoptic, choose your template, how you want it. That's a Patricia template.
Yes.
And say here, I want to place this synoptic inside the graphic and I want to have it here. Okay, that's it. I just could say okay, and then here go with okay, it's no problem. I showed you a little bit more. I think that's not a big problem for you. And now we are waiting what Kaneko implantation are doing for us. Here you go.
Look.
Mira,
Wow.
esto es lo que os digo que esto es lo.
Here you go. Here you go. Weak low voltage, low voltage, high voltage, whatever you want, it's creating your synoptic in the way how you want it. Okay?
Yeah.
no es exactamente esto.
With the information of the rooms and everything.
Yes. With all
How many times you take
Sorry?
to create this?
¿Cuánto
How
tiempo?
many times roughly?
No, hacemos
No, they do it
es mucho menos completo que esto. Hacemos
It's
una
really
especie de esquema
different.
de montantes, pero esto no lo hacemos.
They don't do like this.
No. It's really different.
Un esquema de montante
Well,
con la línea más, los
And
cuadros
it
más
takes,
principales, pero este nivel
takes
de
them,
ponía.
takes them
Esto no lo hacemos.
a lot of time, ¿no? O sea,
Yes.
eso es,
Like, I don't know, 3-4 hours, I'm quite sure, yeah. Because
Okay, you are very fast. You are very fast.
You're very fast.
Okay. Well, I am okay. What you're doing in 4 hours, I will do it in around 20 seconds. So if you don't like the format, I show you, I can create in couple of 20 seconds or 25 seconds for this kind of project. Another way to represent it. Let's see. Maybe you like it like this?
yes,
Yeah,
I
well-
prefer this style. Wow.
Okay, no problem. Okay, just give me 20 seconds more and have the Patricia style. It's no problem.
Only 20.
Okay, fine.
You are a master, yeah.
So-
So, yeah.
L-
Jesus is right,
So
yes.
let's go back. There is some things more, okay, but I don't want to show you all the features and all the things. I think it's important to explain the philosophy.
Yes.
So when
And,
Patricia is coming here, Patricia is doing like this. Patricia say, I have the building here. I am the graphical designer. I'm the graphical engineer in this engineering system. And for example, I make it like this, so it's a little bit faster. So, and now you can see, for example, this light, huh? Okay. This light and this light and this light. Okay.
Yes.
For example, you click on this light, or you say everything what is on this light have to be click automatically, and I want to connect it with the new circuit because in Revit it was wrong. Okay.
yes.
I say just one click. I wanted to connect it to the distribution board 1, 2, 3, and I want to call it Patricia. Okay. Patricia. Okay. This circuit name is Patricia. And I say here. Okay. So I create a new circuit with new standards and so on. But your Revit project in behind don't know this at the present.
Yes.
I just save my project here. Now I am the other Patricia and say I want to import all the designs, all the calculations and everything which is created from every system inside to my Revit project. I'm sorry, I have to export it first of all. I forgot. Export. I want to save it in BOD, and let's call it Patricia. Okay, yeah. Save. Go back to Revit, and there is Patricia. I choose Patricia, and now Kaneko BIM asks me, what do you want to update? I say everything, everything. Okay, let's go. Everything will be updated.
Yeah. So
it takes a little bit time again. Okay, it's a live demo, it's no problem. We can wait.
We have time, so.
Yeah.
And you are a Kaneko user from how long?
Kaneko BIM or Kaneko implantation?
Kaneko BIMelec.
BIMelec. Oh, so it's a historical part. We start 30 years before with Kaneko BT. 30 years before with Kaneko BT, yeah. And 20 years before around with Kaneko implantation. Around over 10 years before with Kaneko BIM, with the first steps of Kaneko BIM. And since around 2-3 years, we combine all the software, all the major points of the software, and create the solution Kaneko BIMelec.
Yes.
Okay. He asked me right now which parameters or which what is the name? I forgot. Yeah, okay, you know, what you want to update? No, I don't want to update, but anyway. And as you can see in the back, he started to make the cable routing as it did in Kaneko implantation. You see here? And say, okay, this change here, this change there, and successful. So, just a second, he is just calculating. Okay. Okay.
Esto lo habéis hecho, ¿no? Sobre Hitler. Esto más o menos lo sabía. Lo de los esquemas, ¿no? Los hipnóticos no lo sabíamos.
Yo lo he sacado, pero bastante pequeño. Pero tal como lo ha cambiado luego el que ha ido. Es impresionante.
Es horizontalmente. Y pues, lo de cuando se ha llevado, ¿eso no lo habéis visto con Máximo? Cuando me llevo de Kaneko BIM a Kaneko BT, ¿vale? Que saca el explorador, que ha cambiado el tipo de circuito, eso sí lo habéis visto, ¿no? Eso sí no te lo muestro. Okay.
My hope is, Patricia, my really big hope is that you have a faster computer than me. But as you can see, as well with the slow computer, it works. Okay, so that's a good way. No, I don't want to save so. And as you can see here, Kaneko BIM actualize all the things from Kaneko BT and implantation inside my Revit project. And if you want, you can disappear all the cables, and you will see everything as well with the circuit of Patricia is inside.
Yeah.
For example,
she has a question for the cables, because
yes.
How do you see the cables into Revit? As a flex pipe?
Yeah, exactly. Revit is at the.
It's mechanical.
Revit is at the. Okay, sorry.
But it's mechanical pipe, yeah.
Yeah.
So with
exactly.
Technical properties.
They don't like
properties,
that.
Yeah, I can show you.
Yeah, but the thing is.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
As you can see here, it's a flexible pipe. It's a Kaneko, and we call it Kaneko cable, because we have from Revit no object, which is the cable. It's a 3D cable. That's a problem. Autodesk promised us since last year, that they are doing for us the cable objects, but they didn't. So we go the alternative way to give our clients the solution to work. First of all, with the flexible pipe.
Yeah, it's only flex element. Yeah, I understand. But you know, you can see that flow, it's mechanical properties. So if a mechanical engineer want
dimension it.
Yes, calculate the mechanical insulation. You know, they can see all
the flex pipes,
all electrical flex pipes, and it can be a little problem, yeah.
Well, you don't have to, from my point of view, in your case, you don't have to import the cables from implantation back. So it's not necessary. Not necessary. In your case, I would say don't import it. But what is really important, from my point of view, in your case, to, for example, to let's see, the size of the cable trays, for example, this one, that everything is actualized with your electrical engineering and calculation. As you can see here at the present, he will change all the traces, which is already calculated. And Revit asked me, do you want to change it or not? Yes, I want it for all. And now, as you can see here, he's changing.
Yeah.
You see?
Yes.
And no, the engineer don't have to do any external calculations for cable trays or anything else. Is everything inside the project? Everything is one in prone process.
Yes.
Okay, Patricia, what do you say?
For me, it's awesome. I am like a child in Toy Story. So.
She loves it.
Yes, I love it.
You love it?
I
really
okay, that's fine. Software. Yeah. I really believe in that software. I like it very much. It's a future.
Okay, fine. That's very, very good. Very good. Very good. I love it. Fine. Fine. So, gentlemen and ladies, so that was first of all to show you a quick resume of the power of the technology of ALPI Caneco BIMelec solution, and everything else is more detailed. What we can speak on it on workshops or trainings, and there are some more benefits inside. But I think you really good understood, Patricia, what is able to do in one step in different kind of little clicks.
Yeah, and really fast click, you know, it's click and magic. Yes, I think I can understand it, and I can see it. Yes.
The other thing, Ilker, if you have time,
yes,
she would like to know Caneco implant as we saw it in Paris, because
fine.
You know the way for me it was new, okay. When you saw us, you know ¿cómo hemos dicho? The evacuations path and all that stuff, because we don't know how to do it here, okay. That's because I really want. I want you to.
Okay, no problem.
Say, okay, if you have time, Ilker.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Thank you.
So, Patricia, you never see the implantation technology or powers before, without the things which I showed you before. Okay, so Caneco implantation is a 2D, 3D engineering CAD system, CID system.
Yeah.
So that means when you have a building, it's a small building, but it's on the philosophy, you will understand.
Yeah.
That means when you are starting a project with this kind of things, so you have to do your graphical design from the scratch. That means you are starting with Caneco implantation in 3 ways. The first way is when you are getting some objects like this from the architectural part, and you have to use it for your engineering, for your graphical design. That means you just click on this object and say, I want to mark every object in my project, and I want to convert it with the click and learn functionality and say, that's a light. That's a light, for example, that have to be a light, downlight, or whatever. Okay? So, and he makes automatically for you, this is no more a simple content. This is right now a really good information content. And you can approve it by this way if you just click on bill of material, 1 click, 2 click, and say, I want to place it here. And now you know there are 7 lights with this kind of things.
Yeah.
The second way is to, for example, when you want to create a building. And as you can see, that's a 2D drawing, which is very, very bad. And you want to have a good 3D building, 3D engineering.
Yeah.
You can go like this. If you, for example, choose your one room and say, I want to connect, I want to mark all the rooms inside. And this what is 2D at the present. I want to create intelligent rooms and convert it with the click and learn functions again to 3D, as you can see here.
Yeah.
Now we create automatically 3D rooms. With these 3D rooms, you have the possibility to work with dialogues. You are working with dialogues?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to see it?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you can choose which room have to be calculated in dialogues. You can choose everything, or you can say, I just want to have, for example, this room.
Yeah.
Don't care. And I want to save this dialogues project on my desktop, BOD, and save. Yes, save. So I start my dialogues Evo or dialogues standard.
No, we use standard, not Evo.
Okay, fine. So I start my dialogue standard and say, no, I don't want. Okay, you want to optimize something? No, okay. I want to open my project, which is already saved here at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I open this one and see here one of my rooms which are exported with or without lights from Kaneko implantation. That means I can go here, and I think you know dialogues good, and you can place your lights here and there or whatever. That's a really small room, but it's doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
I calculate here with the manufacturer lights and say that is my light, and I calculate it. The only thing I have to do right now is to save. That's it. And when I go back to Kaneko implantation, as I export it, I can import it, these things back. And he know this is the directory I have to go, and I just say import. Now, right now, it's happening a cool thing. And he say, oh, I'm getting an object which I don't know before. Do you want to create a new library, or do you want to insert it in your Patricia library? I want to create a library, it's called Patricia Lights. Okay, so I create a new library and save it. And now you can see there's the Patricia Lights with the new library Patricia Lights and all the other libraries as well, with all the values which is coming from dialogues, model, manufacturer, and so on, and value, consume.
Mm.
And I say, okay, yes for all. And I have my lights here. You see? Exactly the way as dialogues are represented it. And if you want to actualize your bill of material, that you don't forget anything, you can click just here, right mouse click, please actualize my bill of material. That's it. And you can see here, I have one of the dialogues, Citeco, Trilux, or whatever, with this symbol.
Yeah.
That's the second way how you can work with it. So the third way is to using the libraries which is inside of Kaneko implantation. For example, you go here and say I have consumers, and you are seeing here the libraries for lights, for sockets, for fire detectors and everything. Huh? Okay, so let's choose a downlight like this.
Yes.
With consume of 18 watt.
Mm-hmm.
We are creating an assistant. Assistant means you can place it here with the normal click, 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 or you can use the assistant that the assistant can tell you, I have here a room. The size of the room is from here to here, and he calculates for you how many lights is necessary for 500 looks. 3 in this case. Okay. If you say no, 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 okay, I trust you implantation, but I want to have 2 numbers of directions, so it means 4 lights. It changes it for you. When you say no, I want to have 3. No, I don't like it. I have 1, and you can change it every time as long as you want. If you say yes, he will place it.
Oh,
Let's go to another room.
Yeah.
Let's make the next room with the same way, and I say I want to have 2 rows. It's inside. I make in this floor, for example, from this point to this point, I want to have 10 lights, and he will give you the right direction of the lights with the right length between the lights. And when you say no, I don't like, I have to get 8 with another centimeter or millimeter from light to light. You can change it here, or you can change it manually, or you can say I want to have a, we call it Lichtband. I don't know what is in Spanish.
Okay. Yeah, you can, lo puedes llenar, fill it up.
Okay, yeah, that's it, exactly. I don't know. I hope it's the right right name. Okay, so you are very fast with all the things what you have created here inside. And if you want, you can go here and say, for example, I need here switches, or for example, sockets. Let's make, for example, double sockets, and the double sockets have to be from the bottom of the room on 250 millimeters or 300 millimeters, whatever. And say I want to have it here, I want to have it here, and I want to have it there, and so on. I think you understood.
Yeah.
And every time you can say here, I want to see the rooms, or I don't want to see the rooms. For example, no rooms visible. And you can see here the 3D sockets with the colors you like. For example, in pink for you, Patricia. For example, huh?
Pink for me, okay.
Okay, great. Okay, that's a visible manager. That's a visible manager. With this visible manager, you can do a lot of things. I will show you later. For example, when you have a distribution board, and this distribution board is the main distribution board, you can call it how you want. Okay, and I want to place this distribution board here. And on beside, I have another distribution board. Okay, which is called Patricia 1. Okay, and Patricia 1 have to be here. Okay, so I click here on the floor and say every light on this floor, I don't want to click each by each. I would just want to say every light on this floor have to marked, and this have to be connected to Patricia. Yes. And start with F1. Click, zack. That's it. Let's go ahead. For example, we go on this room. We say, I want to mark all the lights and connect to Patricia. And okay.
You know what? I'm thinking that I lost a lot of time in my life doing it without.
Okay. That means for you, that means for you that you can place your things in Revit as well, and you can connect everything like I show you right now in implantation. You are so fast. You are so fast with this.
Revit, it's real fast. But you know, now in Spain world, everybody thinks that AutoCAD is like a dinosaur. Yeah. It's true because
nobody wants to use AutoCAD anymore, and because no. I try. That's because I want you to solve you this today, because they don't really know how can they work in AutoCAD.
Yeah, I see.
Yes.
I see. Well, there are really big advantage, and when you want to change your height on everything for each thing, you can change it, even with this other consumers which we create. For example, Patricia, when we're going in the same way, and say, I want to connect it to the distribution of Patricia, okay? And you want to change, for example, you want to change the cable routing. In Revit, you will break your fingers when you do that, and I will show you it in 2 seconds, okay? That means you have a connection box, okay? The connection box have to be placed here. And this connection box have to be connected these lights. I go a right click and say, I want to connect the Patricia 1 F3 lights like this with one click. If you want to do it like this with Revit, you will need minimum of these 7 lights, minimum 7 minutes. Like this. Okay, let's go ahead. So, okay.
And we can also, okay. Yeah, we can also do, I don't know how do you say in English, the fire detections, no?
Ah, okay, great. Okay, if you want, okay.
Yeah,
no problem.
If you can, I really appreciate it, because I know your time is really, I don't know.
Yeah, he's very busy.
Yes, you are really busy, and we really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, fine.
Okay, yeah, do it.
Yes, sure. Okay, let's do the one of the last things. When Patricia, do you know how many fire detectors is needed for this room? Do you know it?
I don't know, Aria. I must know. I don't know. 1 or 2.
Okay.
For example.
Well, exactly. I don't know it as well. I'm honest. I really don't know. I don't know, and I don't know where to place it. So I say I want to place it here, this fire detector, then here, and I want to place this fire detector here, and for example here.
Perfect.
But we don't know at the present if it's right or wrong. We don't know.
No.
Do you want to see it in 2D, or do you want to have the visibility every time in 3D? How do you want?
3D.
So
yeah, please.
Okay. So is one click you can have it in 3D.
Sorry.
So that means for you, we want to check, we want to control if our engineering is correct. That means I click on one fire detector and say I want to have ALPI tools. I want to have the area, and this area I want to have it in, for example, in red. Show me the area and say okay, and just say okay, that's it. So, and he checks for you, is your engineering, your placement are correct or not. And as you can see here, these two fire detectors, it's not enough for this room.
Yes.
Okay, and as you can see here, this one fire detector, it's not enough, and it's placed wrong.
Wow.
All the synoptic.
I can change
yes?
the area, a functional area. You know this.
Yes.
The red circle, bigger one. I can change the zone.
Can she change it?
Every time as you want. Every time as you want. You click on here, and if you say I want to have another way, I want to have the square meters of the room, for example, on 50 square meters, change it, and it will change it for you. You mean this one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I love you. Okay. Yes. So okay. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So let's actualize the bill of material. And you have your bill of material, and if you want the synoptic, if you want all the things which is inside, all the cable lengths, all the cable details, all the consumer details, everything you want. That's a really, really, really electrical engineering system. Yeah. Really, I never saw it in the world like this, and I'm really proud to produce like this.
Yeah, I say the same as you, because I never see a software like this one. Connecting Plan is magic, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. That's very true.
Really...
Yeah, but you know, if you know use the program, it's awesome. But now I can learn it only with Jesus and Massimo. But they can't be fine with me. Only, they have a lot of customers in Spain, so I can write something like, Jesus, please help me. 10 minutes later, Jesus, help me again, please.
No, the thing is, what we are trying to do, maximum myself in Spain, is people needs to know what can we do with Caneco implant and BIMelec, because nobody know it. Nobody know Caneco implant in Spain.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I think it's a big mistake for us, because if they see this, I'm completely sure that they will not look for another software. That's what I think.
Well, in the German-speaking market, every of the biggest of the famous engineering groups are working with Caneco implant, Caneco BT, and BIM. The most benefit for you, Patricia, is really when you are saving this project and you are starting from AutoCAD in implantation, for example. Let's call it like this, safe. You can give it to Caneco BIM export. You can export it to Caneco BIM export, and I think it's very important for you.
Now,
where is it? Okay, just saving, still saving.
Yeah, that's what I want to solve here. That now you don't need to use. You don't need to use Revit if you have Caneco implant and Caneco BT, because what you did, you are gonna send it to Revit, no? Ilker?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I exported and call this project Patricia 2. So I create a completely new Revit project, for example, that you can see. It's very, very possible. I choose my template. It's a pure template without anything. So I have a pure template with nothing inside. And I save this project on desktop BOD and call it project 1, save. Okay. I have nothing inside, really nothing. And I started in Caneco implantation and I started with AutoCAD. So your mission is to get this project, which we have created before, automatically converted to Revit. You go to Caneco BIM and say, I want to import the Caneco BIM project, the Patricia 2. 16, 17, open it. You can choose everything with cable or without cable. How do you want? How do you prefer? I don't care. And let's work the.
She didn't trust me, Iker.
No, I just.
Now she's gonna trust me. Okay, no.
Okay. You can trust in Jesus, really.
A mí me parece magia.
I am trusting him, so you need to trust as well. So no chance.
Yeah, I know, it's money.
So let's calculate this. Yes. And okay, just a second. It's still calculating.
Yes. There's a lot of objects and sequence.
That's a whole project, and you will be surprised what is it right now. It's not only a pure DWG. It's a real Revit project. I show you.
Yeah, it's data project.
It's a data project with real families, with real information, with system browser, which is automatically generate already. You see, Patricia, part 1, and so on.
It's a lighting, yeah? It's some dome light.
Yeah.
And
everything.
Yeah, but family category family is electrical, yeah?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
No, because when I tried to do something like that, it was a generic model. It wasn't a lighting picture. No. And I see electrician.
Yeah.
I think.
Sí, porque haríamos algo más.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. And if you are, for example, continue in this project, that you have some cable traces like this. You have a cable trace here and go there, for example. Okay. Don't care. You can actualize all the cables, and you can actualize again your Revit project in every time you want. And it's still a Revit project. And that's a very big benefit for you.
Yeah.
So guys, now I have to run to my other meeting. I will start another meeting. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I give you in the trusted hand of Jesus and Maximo. They will do the job perfectly, I'm pretty sure. Patricia, it was a big pleasure to work with you. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you soon.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. See you guys. See you. Bye.
Bye bye. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye bye. Es brillante. Es brillante. Pero, a ver, a lo que voy, es que es... a ver, vale, vamos a ver aquí. A ver, grabaciones, convertir grabaciones ahora. Está aquí, ¿vale? Está aquí, lo tienes que buscar.
Sí, pero es que yo tengo que quitar de algo. ¿Sabes?
Pero es que ahora te lo tiene que convertir en MP4, sí, nosotros, desde aquí, mira. Grabaciones que debe con... A ver, grabaciones tenemos... Lo siento, MP4... Es que no me acuerdo.
Está grabando.
Ah, vale, a ver, ¿y cómo lo puedo parar? Ah, espera, pones. Vale, convertir en presentador, ¿vale? Nos convertimos en presentador, ahora compartiríamos nosotros nuestra pantalla, en este caso, pero para poder parar. Que si no, no podemos. No, aquí. A ver, yo me gusta, o sea, no sé si te ha servido de mucho.
Lo último es impresionante lo que le has pedido tú, es que cuando he empezado a hacer magia con mi plan...
Es que es magia, de verdad te lo digo, yo no sé hasta qué punto